In a very quick ruling, we have a ruling out of the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeals about the Virginia attempt by Governor Glenn Youngkin of Virginia to remove 1,600 voters from the rolls with like a week to go to the election. They wanted to eliminate these people, claim they were non-citizens, etc. And the three justices of the Court of Appeals have said they were not persuaded by Virginia and Glenn Youngkin's approach, said that they don't find that there's any evidence that these are non-voters. They haven't presented anything, and said that they did violate the 90-day window by the 1993 voter law that says you can't change voter registration status 90 days before an election. So those people will be back on the voter rolls, is what the appeals court has said. They did not grant any sort of relief, any sort of an injunction against the lower court's decision. They said, we don't buy it. We don't buy anything that there are undocumented or non-citizens voting. They said if you can prove on an individual basis, then you could go after them and remove that person individually, or you could take up criminal action because non-citizens voting is illegal. And I've said in numerous videos, I don't believe there are any non-citizens voting in large quantities. There's no proof that they are voting in large quantities enough to affect the election. They are not going to risk it, risking getting deported, risking getting caught, risking getting arrested, all of that for a chance to vote. It's just not happening. But Republicans and hardcore MAGA supporters like Glenn Youngkin want to push this narrative of non-citizens voting because that gives them a talking point for why they lost. When they lose here in about 8 days and you see massive swings in areas where you wouldn't expect it, like if Texas flips blue or Colin Allred beats Ted Cruz, things like that. If, just any election, if you can think of, if a Republican loses where they would normally think they were fine, they can blame non-citizens voting. That's what they want. They want this talking point. But the courts are saying it's not a deal, it's not happening, and we're not doing this. And this isn't the first case that has been decided this way. There was a case back in August with Alabama. It said the same thing. Too close to the election, you can't purge the voter rolls like that. You have no proof that the people you are purging are non-citizens. So the Court of Appeals quickly turned this one around. Now we will see if it ends up before the Supreme Court, but I would doubt that the Supreme Court would take this this close to the election with any intent to change it. I think if they do take it up, it's going to be them hearing it really quickly, issuing an opinion saying, yeah, lower courts got it right, or they won't take it up at all and just by not taking it up, they affirm that the lower courts got it right and move on. So I think that's what's going to happen here. Just as they're trying to do all this stuff to affect the voter rolls and stuff, it's a desperate attempt and it's not working. The courts are stepping in and saying not going to happen.